a few minutes early, but I think everybody's here, so we'll go ahead and get started. We'll let Coach Beard recap Saturday's victory over Murray State and look ahead to this week's game at Youngstown. Coach.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, great team win. Great weekend for the Missouri State football Bears. In every phase, different times, the offense stepped up, the defense stepped up, special teams. Even after we stumbled on the first play, turned the ball over on the reverse. I like the call. It's homecoming, be exciting. Try to give the kids some flavor, get them pumped up. Why not? Go for it. Turn the ball over, we give up a quick score. Offense put it right in their mind. You could hear them walking onto the field. Hey, it's fine, we're going to go score. And they did that the whole half. It was back and forth shootout. And it's funny because the game I just got done watching of Youngstown, it seemed like that was their first half and whole game. It just back and forth, score. But, second half we went in and made some adjustments on defense. The guys were able to execute, did a nice job. Hats off to the defensive staff on changing a few things up, a few different looks for the quarterback. Got 2 huge sacks in the second half. We were 100% on fourth down efficiency, and we were 75% on third down efficiency in the second half. That's about as good as it gets in college football. So really good job there. Growth all around in our program, which is great. Huge opportunity. Great opponent coming up this weekend in Youngstown. They run the ball effectively. They've got great defense. They're big on both offensive and defensive lines. Really well-coached football team, so we got our hands full.
What do you see from Western Illinois win to this win just kind of carried over that you guys can keep carrying over into the next few weeks?
Yeah, I think we're definitely riding the momentum of understanding what it takes to win on Saturday in regards to how you prepare during the week, the intensity you have to practice with, and the focus. Again, when you're dealing with young guys or guys that are stepping in now when other people are hurt, you have to understand what it takes focus-wise. Their effort was good, and even defensively in the first half, effort was there. Offensively, effort was there. It was just lack of focus at times, and we got to keep hammering that home. I think that our players firmly believe when we say that we can be competitive in any game, and on any Saturday, it's about what we do, whether we win or lose, and we've really gone a long way with that.
What were the big sticking points for the second half adjustments as far as the defense goes? You guys come out, practically pitch a shutout in the second half, just allow the 1 field goal, and it almost at times seemed like it turned into a punter showcase in the second half.
It was, and that's why, the team, because even special teams, like you said, it was a huge momentum shift in regards to field position, and Grant was outstanding. He's one of the top punters in the country, and he's done unbelievable for us. But we needed to do a better job of containing the quarterback, and it wasn't necessarily, bringing more than 4, which is a traditional rush. Sometimes we bring 6, 5, 4. Sometimes we only brought 3, and we had to keep changing up the picture for the quarterback so he couldn't get comfortable in regards to his progression reads, and we didn't let him beat us with his feet, which we talked about all week. If you can make him sit in the pocket and you can get some sacks here and there, make him throw the ball down the field to beat you, and we were able to capitalize on that.
What can you say about just the attitude of the team, especially late in the second, fourth quarter, when the offense really couldn't get anything going, but the defense kept stepping up and making plays? Just that never quit kind of attitude that we kind of saw a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I love the team. We're a gritty group. They care about each other, and they accepted the challenge. Again, we challenged the guys pretty hard after the North Dakota State game, and they've responded well. And I think I told them Sunday in our team meeting, that's the biggest step that I think we've taken as a program, because no matter who was doing well throughout the game, the other group was right on the sideline, cheering them on, being right there saying, hey, we got your back, we're going to go do this, we're going to go get this done. And we talked about an unyielding belief of what we can be and what we're going to go accomplish, and they didn't waver at all. That's what I was most excited about, because, again, we could have ran the clock out, and then we had to punt. Right when the offense got off the field, they were high-fiving the defense on the way on the field, going, hey, go get this done, man. Let's have each other's back. Let's go win the game, and we got it done.
You got to take this now on the road. You go back into a nationally ranked team. Tough place to play. Bears haven't won there in a while. Just talk about going to Youngstown and facing that challenge.
Yeah, Youngstown's a great group. They've been tremendous for a lot of years now, and we know what kind of group they are. They run the football efficiently, like we were talking about. 14 plays in a row to open the game against Illinois State. They just ran the ball down their throat to open the game, and that's just a sign of, we're tougher than you. We're going to run the ball as much as we want to. Kind of a North Dakota State mentality a little bit. Started to turn into a throwers fest at the end, but it's always a hard place to play. I think the 2 times that I've been there in my whole career, it's been raining and super windy both times. I don't think we've got a nice day at Youngstown since we've been here. So I'm assuming that it's going to be pouring down rain, freezing cold, super windy, just a super gray Youngstown day.
What is it about the ground game at Youngstown right now? They lost their player of the year running back. He's playing well in the NFL right now. Just what is it about the ground game that's carrying over?
Yeah, they've been able to re-up every year, I mean, in multiple positions. And this year it was having to be running back. Tyshawn King, who was an all-conference player from Northern Michigan, D2 player. And then they have another guy that does a really nice job, and it's their front. They're huge. They know how to move people. They are extremely powerful up front, and the running backs, what you'll see, again, when you do your film prep for the radio and all that stuff, is their vision. They have great patience, and it's not necessarily it's just gaping holes, but the running backs have really good feel for the game, a lot like our Jacardier Wright, and he just sees holes and then knows how to get to them, and they run with power. Compare him to UT Martin's running back. He's one of the top in the country. I think they're similar. They run hard, they run fast, and they're tough.
So you kind of come out of that stage of transitioning from one quarterback who you expected to have all year to now a whole new system with a new quarterback. How much does that excite you guys that you feel like your best ball can still be ahead because he's still growing and the offense is still growing around him?
Yeah, definitely. Jordan's done an awesome job. He's come in and, we haven't changed the offense a ton. I mean, it's not like we just went totally away from what our offense knows. He does a lot of great things. He can run, he can throw, he can get away from pressure. Still learning to make, good decisions at times, but that's part of the growth. I think he, does a tremendous job during the week of investing his time in what's important, because as a quarterback, you have to know more than any other position. You have to be able to understand concepts of defense. You have to know really during the game who's hot, who's having a tough day, and be able to distribute the ball accordingly, and it's exciting.
Do you prefer more the first half where your offense just kept responding to the defense, or the second half where the defense was really picking up the offense?
Yeah, I'd love for us all to be playing complementary football the whole 4 quarters and just both sides of the ball be really clicking. So as the head coach, I'm going to go with all of the above. Let's just build some consistency where we're good on both sides of the ball for 60 minutes and see how good we can be when that happens.
That wasn't an option. No,
created it.
The starts to some of these games, and you bring up you would like to see the reverse, but actually get the ball handed off and in the arms, but that's 3 games where the other team scored in the first minute. And in 2 of those games, you guys lose by 13, you lose by 7-1. It's a completely different game if those 2 don't happen. How much you still haven't stressed that when this has been a problem since week 2?
Yeah, in all seriousness, we have to understand that you have to apply pressure in the beginning of the game. You can't sit there and be lax and wait for someone else to make the play. We've challenged our young men. You be the guy that goes and sets the tone from the first play. You be the guy that goes and, if you're on defense, makes the big TFL, makes the big sack, makes the big pass breakup. If you're on offense, you make the big first run, you make the big catch. Because that is a tremendously important part of the game, is how we start. And it set us behind. Again, you look, I don't like to look back at time, but you look back at some of the games we've lost, and that was an issue we've had. So if we're going to make the run that we want to make, we have to make sure we talk about that and confront that, because, we've won a few games in a row, but as you saw in the game on Saturday, we still have so much growth and we still have so much to learn in regards to consistently putting a full game together.
Is this a deal where you script your plays? You have 10 plays scripted that you don't, or do you just go for a feel when you get out there?
Is that
For offense, let's say.
For offense, usually you have a first 8, and usually depending on how it goes, you go from there, but you do have scripted plays that you like that, again, depending on what you have seen in previous games from your scouting report, that you'd like to run all 8 just right down the menu, but it normally doesn't quite happen like that.
So do you dial that back after these open, or maybe too aggressive?
We stuck with it. I tapped Nick. I said, hey, man, let it rip. Let's go win the ball game. I knew that he would have a good plan, and offense was able to have our back on defense and match score for score, and then, again, we were able to get the game-winning stops when we needed to.
We talked about it a lot before the year. Nick taking over the offense, becoming offensive coordinator, being able to call plays by himself for the first time. he's been pretty impressive these last few weeks. One of the top passing offenses in the country. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You see guys schemed wide open. Just now that you've been able to see him do it for 7 games now, just how impressive has he been?
Yeah, he's lighting it up. He's been tremendous. The players believe. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. Raylan Sharp was sitting right in this spot, and he goes, "We know sometimes it's going to be a touchdown before we even snap the football," and that's a great offensive mind. The guys believe in him. They understand that he's going to get them open, and that's the first step to being a good coach, is building belief in your guys, and they know that you put the time and the effort in to scheme guys open and scheme up good plays, and then again, as a play caller, he's courageous enough to call it. You know, sometimes everybody has a great script and a great plan, but you're sitting there and everybody thinks they can call plays, and you don't have time. You know, he's really good at getting the play call out, being aggressive, and the guys feed off that.
Tariq Owens, back-to-back games with touchdown catches. He's had his 2 best games outside of Utah State, Utah Tech. You know, what have you seen from him, and what does it mean to have him get going like that?
Yeah, Tariq's been great. He is explosive as they come. He's got great hands, and I think the relationship that he and Jordan have has really shown up because, again, they're close on and off the field, and they have a good feel for, you know, they have similar offensive minds in regards to our scheme. They know it in and out. They know who's going to be open and when, and he's executed at a high level. The thing with Tariq, and I told Terrell, his dad, I said, man, I've been waiting on this for a few years because he's always been that explosive. He's always had great hands. He just kind of had to figure out who he was as a ball player, and it's been a ton of fun to see him excel.
Did Terrell tell you anything that you kind of relate to him, like that he saw in the game when he visited, that has maybe helped with any of this?
Well, he said we probably need to affect number 0 a little more. They're big 6'8" wideout. I said, I agree with you, Terrell.
Where'd you find Jordan? Was that your area? I know you guys have that California JUCO headline. But
yeah, no, I can't take credit for that at all. It's Coach Fouch and Coach Fishback. His dad's a really, really established football coach out west, and you know they got his tape, knew he was a gunslinger, knew he had some courage, and we wanted to get him in the program as quick as we could, and he's made us right.
Three of the last 4 opponents now are ranked in the top 25. What would it mean to the program short term and long term if you can get a couple wins over those teams? Yeah,
it'd be great. Again, take it a day at a time. Try to be our best selves first, and I think that's helped us the last few weeks. Is, you know, again, I go back to the North Dakota State game because all you heard all week was the Bison are this, the Bison are mad, they're this and that. And I think, you know, sometimes you let that sink in. We need to worry about the Missouri State Bears and who we are as a football team and what we want to achieve and what we can achieve, and build on that. But it would be tremendous for our program, obviously, and it starts with Youngstown.